Hi, my name is Gabriel Jones, and for my food, I decided to do chicken tikka masala. So there's some history and culture. So chicken tikka masala is a national dish of the UK, which dates back to around the 1950s, so it's fairly new. However, it's a spinoff of a northern Indian food that originated tracing back to around 5,000 years ago. It was originally cooked with the bone included, so basically the chicken was cooked fully. It was baked. However, it wasn't until Emperor Babur, founder of the Mongol Empire, requested the removal of the bones because he was afraid of choking on the chicken bones. Ever since then, it became a boneless dish. Um, the creation of the chicken masala derived in UK when they took the dish from the Indian culture um, and applied a sauce to it. And the sauce really, I mean, it can be, I'll get to it later when I'm explaining the recipe, but it's usually tomato based and as well as yogurt based too. They use yogurt. I know it sounds kind of disgusting right now, but once you see how it comes together, it'll make sense. But they did this to add flavor and cure dryness because it was usually just the meat on top of rice. Some nutrient composition. So this is a recipe that I actually used. Like this is a screenshot of the back, the recipe card basically. I think it might want to be like an. I feel like it's a healthier option recipe just because of the calories and how low the carbs and fat are. I guess it depends on the meat that you use for the fat as well as the rice that you use for the carbs. But in one serving, it contains 208 calories, 4 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs, 33 grams of protein, 1 gram of fiber, 15% of your daily value for vitamin A, and then 9% of your daily value for vitamin C. And then you can look to the right to look at the other stuff. So, in relationship to disease, so due to the high amounts of sodium present in the chicken masala, I want to say it's around or above 50% more of your daily value. Looking back at that, um, the screenshot of the chart that I took, it's linked to increased risk of high blood pressure if eaten a lot of due to the sodium, and then as well as heart disease and stroke. So to combat this, one can use healthier options during the cooking phase. So one can substitute basmati rice for brown rice, use less salt, and then substitute whole milk yogurt with low fat. So the ingredients: onions and tomatoes are two key ingredients in chicken masala. The freshness of onions and tomatoes can depend on seasonality and the time frame from buying to cooking. Fully ripened tomatoes allow for the best additional flavor. So some agriculture. Seasonality. Onions are grown from April to November, while tomatoes have their season from May through December. Onions and tomatoes both have their season of growing that they grow best in. However, both can be found and bought year round at markets and stores. And then sustainability. Growing tomatoes and onions is sustainable without the use of harmful pesticides, as these can ruin appearance and then alter the taste. We don't want that. So this is the recipe. So the preparation, I got this off of the ethnicspoon.com, and then I even cited the source up top. But basically, in a bowl, you combine 1 tablespoon of masala, ginger, salt, chili powder, and spice. So basically, all your spices, and then a glass. Combine vegetable stock, red curry paste, tomato paste, and combine these as well. Then you want to place the chicken in the crock pot and add vegetable stock to mixture. Then you want to add in your spice mixtures, onions, tomatoes for the flavor. And you want to cover. Let it cook for about 3 hours on low. Then this is where the yogurt comes in. You mix the yogurt with the remaining tablespoon of masala, add to the chicken, let it sit for about 10 minutes to marinate, and then add in cilantro if you so choose. And then you want to serve um, this on top of rice. Tasting. So my experience with the chicken masala was actually quite amazing. I used a crock pot to cook the chicken, which made the meat juicy and tender. Um, the mixture of the curry and tomato paste with the spices created a flavorful sauce, and I served it with basmati rice, and it was quite delicious. So here's the picture. of what it looks like. In my household, we use onions a lot for flavoring in meals as well as tomatoes. I've had a similar composition of food prepared. It wasn't the same. It was basically just like stew meat, and we serve it on top of white rice and eat it. Sometimes with like vegetables, maybe like broccoli. But chicken masala is different, and it's a national dish of UK, like I said before, and based off of the Northern Indian culture. Um, but this is served with a tomato soup mix, spices, and yogurt instead of served plain. And then these are my references of all the sources that I used for this presentation.